Hi, everybody. I'm Elizabeth Catherine, and this is my husband, Aaron Groff.
I can introduce myself. Thank you very much. Now, okay, start over.
Hi, everybody. I am Elizabeth Catherine.
And I am Aaron Groff.
And we are married.
See? It's official.
Yeah. So Aaron and I were talking the other night about Be Love Collective and about how he sort of feels bad that he's not like in the foreground and like doing all this stuff that I'm doing. And well, do you want to say it? Or do you want me to? I can do it.
You just talk for me.
Okay.
I'll just sit here and smile.
So how he feels bad that like, he's not really like out in the foreground. He doesn't even like do my meditations or anything like that. And like, he was feeling like, he always feels this guilt about it. And I'm like, okay, you need to stop there because what you're doing is just as important, and probably even more important on a lot of different levels. So I just thought we'd talk about that a little bit today. First of all, Aaron is the workhorse of our family. He brings in all the money. And so without him, we literally could not have Be Love Collective. And that's why initially when I created the board, that's why I asked him to be on it. For the first reason why I asked him to be on it is because we couldn't do this without him. And I just wanted everyone to know that because of all the work that I put into it, I wouldn't be able to do if I had to worry about earning an income. And also that every penny that we've put into Be Love Collective at this point has come from what Aaron brings in. So that's why he's our treasurer, because he's the money manifester.
Well, and you help manifest money too.
Right, we work as a team, but like you're the vehicle that it comes in through.
The man on the ground.
The man on the ground. The front line.
Right.
So
yeah, so I guess
that's number one.
I feel like, like there's a lot of amazing people involved in this organization, and I just sit in the background and just watch the text feeds go and all the work go by, and I don't get involved, and so I feel like, oh, look at all this cool stuff that you guys are doing, and I should do something like that, So there's like that feeling of like it's a pull, like I want to be involved, but then I just don't. I guess I really don't want to do the work that it takes to do that. But I talked to Elizabeth about it a lot. Like I'm like, I feel like I should do the meditations, and because we both come from a past of that kind of stuff where we got into spiritual growth around the same time. And then I just kind of became more focused on work, and then I got back into music, and I'd been spending most of my creative, free time doing music. So that's kind of where my energy outside of family and work and whatever miscellaneous things goes is into selfish creative projects. What I consider selfish, because I don't, I'm not putting anything out there. I'm not like, releasing albums or free music online or whatever. I'm like just kind of tinkering, and with the intention of making a project to release to the world, but that's just what I'm doing. So
yeah, but when you're doing the creative projects, you're connecting,
right? So striving to connect, because there's a lot of time where I'm like, it's a process for me of like finding my voice with whatever instrument I'm playing or actual singing voice. A lot of the time is not like I'm in my center. It's like you're seeking that that like good feeling. And when you find it or spontaneously find it, it's like, yes, there it is, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna record that and like get that recorded and archived and move on to the next thing, which I and forget about the last thing I did. But it's like an ongoing, I don't know, sometimes it's a struggle, but it's like this ongoing, you know, quest, I guess, for my my voice.
And your connection?
It's kind of like, I don't think of it like connection, but when I'm playing with other people, it's like immediacy. Like, yes, I'm connecting with people, and there's a spiritual, it feels like, you know, in the movie The Blues Brothers, when the light comes through and there's the music, and in the church, there was like a scene where they got like possessed with the spirit.
Right. Exactly.
That's that feeling that
yeah.
I get from music.
Right.
When I'm really tapped in, connected
right.
to it. So I went to New Orleans with my brother, and a lot of the trip was focused on music, which naturally, I mean, it's a great place for that. But it was some of the most connected I felt. And I do, when I'm in the music, I feel really connected to everyone around me. It's like this spiritual experience. So it's kind of like weird, because when I'm making music alone, I'm in kind of a vacuum. Mm-hmm. But I'm thinking about sharing it with other people when I'm making it. I'm like, sometimes it's like an ego thing, like, oh, I bet that person would like that, how this sounds like.
But see, is that ego, or is that like love? Like, oh, that person would like that, and they'd get a kick out of it, and we could build on that.
Right. I guess it's, you know.
Right. It's 50-50 maybe.
50-50. Like I'm trying to get better at making things sound cool and have fun with it and stuff like that. Yeah. So. Right.
But the core of it is the connection, and that's what you're looking for.
That's the core. That's where it comes from. That's the root of why I keep going back, is because there's that, it's a core spark, that it's a communication, it's a form of communication that transcends language, which is really cool. And I think it's a core pillar in people, that music can activate, you know, higher frequencies or something like that, you know.
Getting all woo on us
there. Yeah, right.
Yeah, so that's why I wanted to bring Aaron on today, is because I feel like there's so many ways that we're connecting and creating like a feeling of community and love with each other, that like I don't want you to feel like I have to do Elizabeth's way, or I have to do Mia's way, or I have to what we want is for everyone to find their way of connecting. And like I'm providing tools for people that happen to connect through hypnosis and meditation, and listening to me ramble on about whatever it is I'm rambling about that day. But that's not going to be for everybody, of course. You know, some people are going to maybe sit down and do a painting and feel the deep connection that way, or some people are going to sit down and play music and find the ways that they connect through that. And so that's another big reason why I wanted to bring Aaron on the board, is because he represents people who maybe aren't going to connect in the exact same way as a lot of us do. I know a lot of people do connect through meditation and yoga and hypnosis, but a lot of people, and myself included, I connect through painting. When I'm not leading meditation, I don't usually do other people's meditations. I connect through art and through working and through channeling. But I thought that Aaron was an important person to bring on, just to have that voice, to give a voice to the people who do connect through other things. So, you want to play some music for them?
You want to come and see my dungeon?
Come on down, guys.
All right.
We'll see you there. Everybody, so we are in our basement now. This is Aaron's happy place, and it's the boy central in our house. This is where they come to play video games and music, and the 12, 11-year-olds also have a little boy band going, so it's real cute.
my dungeon. This is my happy bass.
Show him your bass. He also makes guitars and basses.
Not really makes them.
Well, he designs them.
I
Show him your guitar.
Embellish them.
Can we show him your guitar?
So these are, I put them together. The parts are already
You have to
cut.
kind of hold it up higher. Higher. There it is. Look how pretty that one is.
See? So yeah, this is a fun one. I don't collect guitars. I have a couple that I'd like
I don't collect them. I just have a lot of them.
I only have like, that's taken apart, that one's taken, there's some that are taken apart, and I like to tinker with them, so. Anyway, this is my tube amp here. Just stuff that I just kind of tinker around with. I've got a bunch of recorded stuff, but
You gonna play a little guitar for him?
sure.
Whatever you want.
Let's see here. There's one that I'm working on that I can put the bass line back on and then see how that sounds. Let's see.
I like that bass line.
Yeah, that one's not done yet.
I don't get to hear a lot of what Aaron does because it all happens down here in the basement, and he's his free time, which is my child watching time.
Right, and sometimes I'll even get Violet to sleep down here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that
I can.
she's asleep and she can sleep and everybody's happy.
Everybody sleeps.
Everybody gets to sleep. Let's see what this one sounds like. I don't know. I made that one last night, just goofing around. Little soul thing going on. So let's do this. I'll plug the guitar in and play over it. Switch this over. lot of times what I'll do is I'll just do that over and over. It's almost like that's where it becomes a meditation. Is I'll run it's a loop. So I'll run that over and over and over until I get something that condensed out of it that feels really good.
It was starting to sound really good.
Tightened up,
I was like completely zoned out. Totally forgot about the video.
So let's see if I was like. So I really kind of like to keep it as simple as I can, but I'll start like overplaying and just because honestly I don't know much theory, so it's a lot of just finding things by ear.
Kind of how I run an organization.
It kind of reminds me of like this like 90s like Boys to Men type of thing. I don't know what it is. Cool, it's fun.
All right, ladies and gents, there you have it.
I'll bring it down with a fade, because you gotta fade
You
it
gotta
out.
do the fade.
Yeah, you can't just. I don't know how that's gonna translate to the microphone that we did, but whatever.
All right, there he is, in the flesh.
This is what I do.
Mr. Aaron Groff in all his glory. Okay, do you want to say bye to the ladies and gentlemen?
Goodbye, all you cats and kittens.
Uh-oh. He did it.